Hello, welcome to Working with Miniatures. I'm Jim, and today we're going to be painting bog skeletons from the Reaper Miniatures Bones lineup. We'll be using Army Painter speed paints and war paints as usual. Let's get to it. I begin with spraying a yellow acrylic that has the longest name you'll ever see on a bottle, from a downward angle picking up the highest points of the bones. Note that I had previously primed these miniatures in black, and then with a zenithal of gray and then a zenithal of white. Swapping to burnt sienna, I spray the bones from an upward angle, catching the recesses and lowest points. I like the golden high flow acrylics line for this kind of pre-paint work, as they do not require thinning to prevent airbrush clogs. Back inside at my desk, I begin laying down the speed paints. For the bones, I use about 5 drops of pallid bone thinned with 1 drop of Vallejo's glaze medium. If you use this medium, use it sparingly, as a little goes a long way. I'm not looking to completely repaint the bones, but just darken and tint the previous airbrush work. For the wood of the shields, belts, and boots, I throw down dark wood speed paint, again thinned 5:1 with a drop of Vallejo glaze medium. Clothing is done with Cloudburst Blue thin with Vallejo glaze medium by the same ratios as before. The clothing came out a little darker than I was wanting, so I thinned down Dark Sky with water and applied a glaze to increase the hue. Mixing Dark Sky and Griffin Blue at a 1:1 ratio, I begin the first layer highlight. When applying highlights like this, I'm not trying to cover the speed paint, but to build on it. With Griffin Blue, I continue building up highlights where the light would land. I continue building up increasingly finer layers of highlights next with ultramarine blue and finally troglodyte blue. I then build highlights for the wood, belts, and boots using the same process as for the clothing. I again repeat the same process, but this time for the bones. Chaotic red is applied over the weapons and armor before I apply dark tone wash to the same areas, including the wood on the shields and axes. I stipple and dry brush abomination gore over the weapons and armor, and then apply strong tone wash to the said areas, as well as all of the bones. I then apply AK Interactive's Corrosion texture to all metals, being careful to not accidentally get this on the clothing or the bones. Dry rust is dry brushed over the metals after. Finally, I do a similar process for the bronze sword hilts using cultist robes, more texture paste, and then dry brushing toxic boils over the metal. This is the finished result. The lessons learned are, though I like the color used in the bronze hilt, I feel like I should have added another shade between the cultist robes and the toxic boils. These two colors showed primarily having compared the colors to an actual replica Viking sword that I soaked in salt water for 2 weeks before sticking it in the center of a crepe myrtle tree in my yard. It's been there for 5 years and literally no one has even noticed it. I'm going to try planting some honeysuckle vines at the base this spring after the last frost, and then train the vines to spiral up the sword. Maybe then, someone will notice. That's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you learned something or inspired to start or expand your own collection. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Jim with Working with Miniatures. I'm truly grateful for your time, and I bid you a fond farewell. Till the next video.